I'll tell you how to go ahead about the panel, what you can see on your screen and everything. I hope whomsoever have joined today in all their countries, everything is fine under control, or at least the governments are trying to be under control. But anyways, so it's today what we are going to see is about implant bars and everything, all those designs. So it is mainly based on what model we have choose today is scanned into the laboratory scanner. Also, we can do it onto the scans we received from the intraoral as well. But yes, we will begin it. We will start our beginning from today's webinar will be conducted onto the scan model what we have got it from the laboratory scanner. So over there we are going to scan it today, and I can see there is good number of people have already joined in, and we are almost now 1:59, so we can begin now. Yeah, we should start. All right. So as you can see on your screen, you have a few options there, and there is, if you have any questions or something, you can always type into Q&A. Why I am saying to type in Q&A is because in case if we are missing any questions to answer, then we can again log into the portal and we can see which questions are unanswered, and we can again press and get back for those answers. But if you have typed something into the chat, we can't see the chat after the webinar is concluded. So it's better if you have any questions, you type in your question and answer, or else you must have received the email from my ID about the confirmation link. You can always reply to me or using that email ID about your question or if anything you want. And definitely this session is getting recorded, and you will get the link tomorrow by around this time approximately. So, okay, let's start about the implant bar design, what we are going to take a look into the 3Shape software. So good morning, good afternoon from all over the world, from wherever you have joined in. Myself, Ankesh, I'm from Mumbai, India. So here I'm going to present you. So it's like almost afternoon over here. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'm doing it from my home since we are all locked down and like compulsory seated at home. So I'm doing it from home. So let's start begin. So here what we are going to do see today is about the bar. So who am I? I'm training an application specialist working in the 3Shape India right now. And over here, if you see, I have plenty of experience from the CAD division, that is from, you can say, dental wing software, which is used to use from the 3M Lava, they're up to dental wings operating systems. Then I have used the ExoCAD. I was a trainer for ExoCAD as well. I have used plenty of the milling machines like Zubler, VHF, 3M milling machines from Primacon. And then again, yes, a printer from Envision Tech, Palm Labs, all those printers I have used. Also, I have used MLS as well. So the machine from EOS, Electro-Optical Systems from Germany. So I have a good amount of experience on that machine as well. So looking at the experience, I have like CAD and CAM both. So from you can say reduction technique and additive technique as well. So with all that experience, then afterwards around 2018 March, I have joined 3Shape as training and application specialist. And currently my specialty into 3Shape as dental systems, implant studio, and intraoral scanner and its applications. So all those things I do look after over here, and exactly after that, on next page. At times, this on the Zoom PPT acts a little slow. So today's agenda, what we are going to do today is we are going to see what requirements do we need to have to design a bar with the software. We'll see a demo and then we'll check. So we need to have definitely a dental system software with us to design it. Then what requirements we have, of course, this slide is again from the previous webinars what I have concluded, but definitely this is the requirement you need to have. You need to have the scan bodies either from the clinical aspect to a dentist or from the laboratory aspect to a lab. We need to have the same compatible libraries inbuilt into the software. And definitely, you need to have the module activated in your system, like implant, bar, and bridges. But advantage from 3Shape, although if that module is not activated into your system, you still can do your bars by using the CAD points. So we have one function called as CAD points. So into CAD points, if you use it, you still can complete your case even without activating your module. So if you have just crown and bridge and you want to do some bars or you want to do some screw retains or something, you can use very much the carry points and you can complete the design. So that is the best advantage I see into Bar-3Shape software dental systems. So these are all things what you can see on the screen. You can do as that many things by using the carry points if that particular module is not activated in the system. As usual, what you need to have is the scan body placed into the mouth or placed onto the model and then scanning the software. So this is how we are going to check it today. So let's quickly head to the software division now. I'm going to share you the screen now for my software division, software aspect. So I'll just share my whole desktop as always. So this is my control panel, just to show you once what things you need to have from your system. So if you can see here, I just check for the bar and it's like implant bar and bridge should be activated in your module, in your dongle to go ahead and do your cases. But as I told you before, if it's not, then you need to have the carry point. So still you can, even this name is not mentioned into your subscription management, you still can go ahead and perform the bar or the screw routine, whatever is there. So you just need to have it. Now let's take a look onto the case. So I will just go ahead and stop my video here, and now I'm going to start from the software aspect. Good. Now, I guess everyone can see my software also as now. Here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to select a new case by clicking here. I'll just give the name. Bar. And then, of course, you can give the name, and then I'm going to select the implant system. So while doing this, I'm just going to fill up the form. So all I'm going to do is the marking of my teeth wherever implants have been placed, which are need to be scanned. So here I'm just putting it, and then I'm just going to click onto the customize button. Remember to choose the right type of implant system and click. So here we are always selecting exact what we need to have exactly, and accordingly everything. So here I have just selected that, and then of course after this we need to select bar as well. So well, of course when I have scanned, I have to use the corresponding scan flags as well. So whenever I'm scanning it, I have to use the corresponding scan flags, which must be screwed onto the model. So when I'm scanning it, it should be screwed onto the model, and it should get scanned. I have got one message that my sound is not clear. Is it so? If my sound is not clear, let me know. I'll try to make some changes into it. But if it's clear, then I'll just change it. I'll just continue with it. So now, after selecting these bar abutments over here, abutments, I will just select the bar. Now here I'm going to click onto the bridge, and then I will just select bar. So here when I'm selecting bar to connect my abutments, from the drop down list, I can just check the bar design, whatever I would like to use afterwards. So here I can just check whichever type of bar I want to use. I'll just select it and we are done. But here, while selecting, remember that you can also do this during the design stage as well. So whenever we will be doing the designing, we can do it at that time as well. All right. So now I have removed my headphones, and I hope you people can hear me now in other better way, because people are saying that there is a echoing and everything. So I have just removed my headphone. It should be clear to you now. Let me know if you want me to talk a little louder or something. I can talk a little louder as well. Since it's a home time, no problem for me. Okay, so here I have filled up a form. You can see here what I have done is I have selected abutment and I have selected bar over here all together. Right. Okay. So now here, what I have done is, you can see what scan settings we have done is we have selected model because we are going to scan the models. Right now, I don't have any scanner to scan, but I have selected model because I'm going to input the model. And then it is always has to be sectioned because we need to have put the scan flag separately. So it is sectioned. Once it is done, I can go ahead and then if I have to scan, I would have clicked on scan, but I'll just click on OK. And then all I'm going to do is import the model. So import the scan, I'm going to import my model. So here I'm just selecting my model. So you can see it onto the preview over here that this is going to be my model to import. So, great. So here now I have imported my model and now I just have to go ahead and start my designing. So it will just take a little bit fraction of seconds. Normally it becomes very fast, but once it is connected to Zoom, I always experience it appears a little bit slower, but never mind. So we can just go ahead and start design. So here you must have seen we have an option. We can select the different types of materials while filling up the form, whether you wanted to mill it in the different products. Maybe you want to mill it in titanium, or you want to print it in chrome cobalt, or you want to do it in wax and maybe cast it afterwards. It is completely depends on you. So here what you can see is my model completely. So here after scanning my model, I got this occlusion plane. So once I have the occlusion, I cannot, it's like every time it is like set it, no problem. So here we can just go ahead and do it. So we have to keep one thing in our mind about the alignment scans. When we are talking about the alignment scans, when we are doing it from the intraoral or from the intraoral systems, trios or any other systems, we have to align it into the software while designing. But if it's from scanned into the even e-scanners or d-scanners, any 3Shape scanners, then it will get aligned when you are scanning immediately. So it varies as where you are scanning exactly. So here my alignment is already done when I have scanned the models. All right. So now here, I always request if you have any questions, please type into the Q&A section. So it will be easier for me to, in case if we are missing any questions to answer, we can like do it afterwards as well. So now once this is done, I have set it my plane. I'll just simply go ahead and do next. And here, as you know, we have the sculpt option. So if you want to add any materials or subtract any material from over here, you can do that. We have the different tools, which I have already explained in my previous webinars as well. So you can use these tools and to modify anything onto the model. So let's go ahead and start our designing. So here you can see the system is asking us to define annotation. So we have to keep in mind that whenever we are marking any annotations, it has to be from the buckle aspect. Because if you see from the model, if you try to put it over here and click onto this point, it might go onto some other angles, not other points, which might not be buccal, and then our anatomy or whatever is going to define might not be perfect. So it is always has to be onto the buccal side of the particular teeth. So here I have done these 6 things, and then I can go next. I have marked and my insertion direction. Now I'm going to select the insertion direction. So my system is going to show me as per the implant placement. The system has shown us up one particular implant direction. I normally follow the same, but if you want to change, you can change. But remember, if you're doing it too much, system will give you a warning or an error that the difference between the implant direction and insertion direction is too large. Please reduce it. So what we have to again change it, and we have to come back to the position whichever looks good. And I will just click onto the set insertion direction once again. Once we set the insertion direction, we can go next. So if all the points are like defined very systematically, on every stage you have to do only that particular things. And once you're done with it, you have to go next. So my insertion direction is set, and now I'm just waiting for my things to go ahead and do it next stage. So So these all insertion direction and everything are actually defined by the systems what you have chosen. And you can see after I go ahead with the insertion direction, my system has immediately given me one suggestion for the bar. So here you can see we have the bar is already designed and which has appeared onto the system. Now here, I have all the tools. I can use all the activated tools to design my bar. But very first thing I want to tell you is here, I can just go into type, into the bar settings. I can go into the type and I can just say which exactly bar do I have to choose. So here we have different types of bars. You can just select the one you want and start your designing. But if you find your bar is not available into the design, no problem. You can create your own bar design settings as well from the control panel, which we are going to see after the bar is completed. I'll show you from the control panel how you can create your own bar design. So here you can just select the different bar types or different bar designs and you can start your designing. Now, when I'm designing this, I have all the points I activated. So all I'm going to show you into the rectangle because rectangle has the best options, best ways to define, show you the tools. So now here, all I'm going to do is increasing these things. So here till this blue line is, you can see if it turns into the red, that means you are crossing your limitation of the suggested value. So here, if I'm like trying to increase it, it will become a red after some point. So you can see this become a red. So you are crossing your violation or you are crossing your limitation. So this is a very good tool again implemented into 3Shape software that when you're crossing your, you can say anterior posterior spline completely, AP spline. So here it is suggesting us how much to extend it and your bar can be within the limited values and your bar will have the stability and good strength about it. So here by stretching these points, you can give the shape of your length of your bar. Then again, these green points, what you can see on the walls are like you can increase the wall length or width, you can say width of the wall. So by clicking on this particular, you are increasing only one particular side. But if you press shift and then right click, you are increasing the complete width of the bar. Same way, you can just pull up any green point available over here and you can just pull it up like this. So this is how you can increase simultaneously. Now, if you see it from the side over here, so this green, the bottom one will allow you to like stretch it from the cervical aspect. But if you press shift and then put it like this, it will stretch all the points. So here you are like going inside the gingiva. So you might find some areas are going inside the gingiva. Now, here, when I'm stretching this, if I want to increase my height, I can stretch these green points which are available on top, or I can once again press my shift and wait for all. And if at all I have to move my bar from one side to other side, I can use this blue dots shift and then completely from one aspect to other aspect. So this is how we can just define everything. And now I'm just going to change it, and here you can do the same thing again. So whichever bar you choose, if the bar is not locked and if it's allowing you to do the changes, you can do those changes. So, right. So now here, if at all I want to make some more adjustments to the bar, so I'm just giving these points, the blue points over here, and then I can just increase a little bit of height. But if you feel like rather than increasing all this, I can just right click and move all to common points. So all will move together to the common point, or I can increase everyone's height together. So everyone's height together. So I can get a proper height of the bar. Now, if you want to define this height by the occlusal plane, you always have this option over here, show occlusal plane. So we are having this show occlusal plane available over here, and then we can just adjust this plane as per the insertion direction, however we want, and then we can just do it however we want. So here, if I feel like the bar, you can see it is like going one side tilted. So I can, if I want to do it automatically by using this insertion direction by or this occlusal plane, and then so it is like adjusted. You can see over here immediately. Now, so by clicking on to set insertion direction, your bar will get adjusted accordingly. So I'm going to deactivate both the things right now, and my bar is pretty much set. And now if I wanted to give a little more aesthetic bar, so my these bars which are there, like holes should get covered, so I can just easily use these tabs over here to increase or give a proper support near to my these pillars. So I can just increase like this, and I can do it for all. I'll just quickly do it for all, and then yes. You can give as many points you want, and if you want to remove any point, you can always right click and delete. So this is how you can delete the point, and it will get deleted initially. So here I'm just trying to design one bar clearly for or just go ahead. But what interesting over here is once you have the design as per your wish, you can always make the design. If that particular type is not inside, you can always make your own wish design of the bar, and you can just simply go ahead. So let's keep it like this. So here I have done for these bars, these three pillars. If I want to increase it, I can just increase the cervical length as well. So no portion of the no portion should be seen for this particular parametric shapes. Now, if at all you want to use some attachments or something to while designing this bar, and you want to use some attachments over here, we have a different some provision, like you can always make it to linear, change to linear. So it will be like this. And if you want to use some attachments, you always can go to use that kind of particular attachment. So if I want to use some this burglar for micro, and if I have the male connector for it, I can always change it to that particular angle. So come on, I feel like it has got freezed a bit just because of, okay. All right. So I will just, so what happens is my I was trying to do something, and then immediately my mouse moved, and it has come back to this position. So I'll just switch back to some other design, and then again I'll just try to design it one particular wish. So all I'm going to show you here is type all, and then maybe I'll just try to change it to some other. Come on. I need to change it to freeform, and then I'll just try to do it maybe. Change it to freeform. Maybe I'll just switch to header. Come on. It happens when we wanted to show you something, and normally it happens that the software doesn't allow me to show you what exactly I want to show. But okay, all right. So all I would prefer to do over here is I'll just go back once. Let's see how I can tackle this situation when the error comes, and I can just simply go ahead with this situation. So I'll just go back to insertion direction. I'll try to change the insertion direction a bit, because I know some maze or something might have been created while I'm presenting it, and then I will just change to the insertion direction and everything should be should come back to the normal when I have changed my insertion direction. So let's see how my system will tackle it. So I'll just change all my types to maybe suppose 3 mm round, and I would just prefer to delete these points that I have added quickly. So, all right, I've done this, and again I will just come back to rectangle. Okay, fine. And now I'm just selecting one particular area, type all, and to maybe, come on, it is normally coming. So I don't know why it's like showing me today that he is not able to select it. Anyways, so here all I'm going to do is maybe I would try to switch to the next one of the case what I have earlier designed, and I'll try to show you what exactly I have done to that case. It's pretty much same, pretty much similar. I'm sorry for this mess up what has happened because of that case, but yeah, at times it happens. I'll just quickly go to the area where I wanted to design my bar. But that's very interesting thing that I want to show you from the software division, so software aspect, that particular aspect, that we can just switch back to the type of bar what we want. All right. So it is just taking me ahead. Since it was designed earlier, so it will take a little time to load because I have designed few things earlier, and it would show me that what things I have to do. All right, this is the same bar what I was trying to design it earlier, and then let's see if it can be worked over here. Yeah, see here, it has worked fine. So here what exactly I wanted to show you is we can immediately change to a type whichever we want, and we can, if at all I want to apply any attachments over there at that particular region, I can immediately do that. So here you can just switch and apply your settings whichever you want. Of course, right now it is like if I just try to switch it a little bit, it would be more accurate. So this is how we can do that. And then, so once my bar design is done, I had the option of ending. So here you can see this, you can see this ending is flat, but you can just click on to wrap around, and we are getting a wonderful wraparound design as well. So here we can just choose to have the design whichever we want. So here I can just switch to wraparound. Now, if I at all want to change anything from this division, that is parametric shapes over here, so for these particular cylinders over here, I want to change. So I have all these options. So again, the same options have appeared over here. We choose to come into customize abutment or the screw and crown. So I can actually switch in between whether I want to use the cylinder with shoulders or I can use just a cylinder. So this is what we are having the bar interface. So if I just hide my bar over here, and then over here, if I want to increase the height, I can increase it. And then over here, increment of this bar can be done. So, and now here you can see once I have done these settings over here, I can again go back and yes, now I guess I'll just activate this. Now there is something I want to show you again back to this division over here. If at all I want to show see it in between the cross section of the bar, yes, I can just check. So I can just go back. I can do the cross section tool over here. And then over here, I can just see how much is the height. So here I can simply measure is the height, how much is the height of my bar. But again, if at all you want to check it from inside, you can just simply click onto any of the viewpoint, double click onto the point, and you can see it over here. How does it appear from the inside as well? So this is kind of 2D cross section, but only we are viewing it from only from one angle as well, only from one angle. So here you can see I have just double click onto that double point, blue point, and the other half has got disappeared. So I again double click and everything will come back again, back to the position. So here I have just activated everything back to again. So here we can just change whatever we want for this bar interface for all. I'm not going to do it for all right now, but this is how we can just go ahead and do it. And now here I will just go ahead and do the next for my bar division. That is, I want to show you something from the attachment aspect as well. So I'll just go next, and unfortunately I have to delete some attachments which are there. I have applied already. I will just delete it because what I was trying to do is just see the simplicity of this software. You can create as many attachments you want, and you can import into the software and you can attach. Anyway, already the Bar-3Shape has provided maybe I guess 20-25 attachment by default. Those are additive and subtractive as well, but there are the option if you want to import any attachments from other providers, like it might be a Brilliant, it might be a 183 or someone else. You can import those attachments as well from control panel, import export, or all you can do is you can create your own attachments and you can do it. You can use those attachments into the software as well. So here I have tried to create some attachments into my division, and I have imported them. So all I'm going to show you right now is how you can use the attachments. So here, all I'm going to tell you is why it is taking a little bit of time to load, because the case what I'm going to use right now is I have used some attachments already over here. All I'm going to delete it. So these are my own attachments created. So I'll just undo it, all the attachments. Okay, perfect. And now, so these are the sections. You can see again the sculpt toolkit will allow you to do any modifications or any changes you wish to. So if at all I want to make a little bit of smooth or something over here, I can always make it a bit of smooth just by increasing a little bit. So if at all your design requires it, you can do it. I'm not going to do it over here. Then the attachment segment comes. So now here, these are the attachments. You can see the different types of attachments provided by Bar-3Shape. Here, if you want to check if this attachment is going to be additive or subtractive, you can just simply check it from the control panel whether the attachment is going to be additive or subtractive. Now, few people have the question, what is mean exactly by additive and subtractive? Because this has been asked to me by various people that what is this exactly, additive and subtractive. So all I'm going to take you to the control panel once, and I'm just trying to explain you a bit about how you can change the settings from the control panel for the attachments. So I'm into the attachment segments right now, and see now onto the left side, you can see the different types of attachments. And once you select the attachment, you will be able to see how it looks like and what exactly it is falling in between. So this is the attachment what you can see onto the visual model path, and onto the subtractive model, it is like subtractive. So it is going to create a negative impact on your design by design. So here it is like negative. So here, if I try to see some additive as well, so maybe this slide attachment would come into my additive division. So here you can see, and it is not necessary that you need to have the DCM. You can have the STL as well. So best part about this is STL. So if I try to show you some STL, so here in this stop or something. So yeah, I'll just quickly go down and various. So you can see these are the STL. So all you can do is you can just simply use, if you have any STLs, you can use those STLs, or you can simply create your own STLs by using some other third-party softwares which are allowing you to create the STLs. Simply add over here, go to add. You can give a name to it. So my attachment. Add the visual path for the same. So wherever you have stored it, you can just add it. So maybe I have created n number of attachments on the other day. So I'll just try to pick one from it. Whichever, whatever you feel like. Just import it. So it's a visual path and then the additive path. Because I want to use it as an additive one, so I'm going to use the additive one, and the same one I have to use again the same location. And then once this is created, I have to say it as the save as attachment. So I'm just going to close it. Wait for it. Since I'm trying to do it a little bit in hurry, so I'm not allowing my software to give a time. So seems like it is just because of the internet connection. My software is also connected. My dongle has connected to check-ins, and come on. I'm sorry for this. So someone has asked if we have teeth setting trial, what should be the scanning procedure? So for that, scanning procedure would be, you can just select it as pre-preparation or something. And then you can just go ahead and scan it. So suppose if you have some denture or something with you, you can just use your denture and select while filling up the form. You can just select as pre-prep or yeah, those. So system will, while scanning, system will ask you to scan you that denture or wax up as well. So you can scan that, and immediately you will see the reflection of your design, whatever you have done during the design. So while designing the bar, you can see it. And immediately you can design your bars accordingly. So I would prefer to close this forcefully. Maybe let's do over here. So I believe I can just go ahead over here and do it. So here I would just select the different types of attachments. So just suppose I would want to show you the locators over here. So all I'm going to do is, so here you can see the different types of insertion direction. Also we are having the different types of insertion direction. So I'm just selecting a locator. I would just update you about what are the insertion direction, the orientation. So here you can select surface normal. So whichever side it is, so it will select exactly that side. So here you can see if you are like trying to apply it from this side, it will apply from this side. If you try to apply it from the top, it will take that as a insertion direction. If I try to set it from the insertion direction, it will be according to the insertion direction what we have set it earlier, and it will exactly use the same direction, whatever we have set it earlier. View direction is from which we are weaving, so it will be like exactly from where we are weaving, which direction we are weaving, and it will get implemented over there. And group direction is something you can just simply apply all together, and if you're trying to move anything, it will get moved immediately. So I'll just apply it over here again. I'll just apply to the other side. And now if at all I want to try to move it, both are moving together. So this is how group direction functions. Movements will be together. So I can add the attachments. I can simply apply over here. And once this implementation is done, you can see the negative notch of it. So this was a subtractive attachment. So it has given me a subtractive things. But now here, again, if I want to check if I have to put anything over here. So let's go to attachments, and I would just select a different type of attachments, maybe slide attachment. So normally slide attachment remains onto at the end of the bar. So of course this is not my flat bar, but if I assume this is a flat bar, I could have like placed it over here exactly, and then I would just try to adjust it as per what I have. So here I have not connected it to the margin up to the gingiva, but of course I can just go back to a bar and I can try to connect it to gingiva. So this attachment would be easier for me to apply. So let's assume I have applied these attachments, but now you want to apply your own attachment. I wanted to show you something what I have also created, maybe kind of attachment. So I have just created some different types of attachments. Something like maybe this sort of designs which are additive again. So I can just put it. And then you have these many tools over here. You can see these tools are guiding you, whether you want to increase or decrease your attachments, whatever you want to do, you can just simply play with it and you can just do it. Again, a good thing about this is from this software is I have created some other things as well. So if at all, you can see these things over here, and if I try to see, so you can see these are different types of hands. You can put anything, whichever you feel like you feel like your attachment will be good enough to use for your bar to create, and after that it will give you a proper designs to fix. Maybe if you are planning to make any dentures on top of it or hybrid something, you can always make your attachments and use it. So here once again I am going to show you now. If you want to see if you want to reduce the weight of the bar. Now let's assume you feel like you're going to mill or you're going to print this bar, and you want to reduce the weight of the bar. Yes, it is very much possible. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the subtract to attachment. It might be whole or kind of thing. And once I use it, it will just act as a reduced one, and it will create the holes inside the bar. So I don't know why my software is acting a little bit. Yes, so here you can see these attachments over here which are implemented, and I'm going to select here as holes, and I have the different types of holes. So all I'm going to select is add one. Assure that it is coming out from the other side as well. Add as many you want to use it. This is just the example I'm trying to show. Apply. But now, if you're going to mill this is not going to be milled, because this is something which is not present into the direction where the milling machine moves. So here, if you're printing and you want to reduce the weight, yes, this is a good option, because many of the times we get the request what we can do if we want to reduce the weight. So can we create some holes or something into it, and then we can go ahead. Yes, this is a very good option to it. We can just go ahead and simply act, or we can simply do this way and create the holes inside the bar. So you can give these holes wherever you want to, and you are like almost done. And after this, I'm going to show you if the bar is interfering into your design, gingiva, how you can reduce those areas, how you can reduce those parts of the bar and create exactly fitting to the gingival aspect. So here, once this attachment is get placed, so here it is, I can see it is 100% now. All right, so yeah. So you can see these are the holes which are exactly through. And now, if at all, if I want to give some areas relief to towards the gingiva, so you can see these areas are going inside the gingiva, which is present in the mouth. All I can do is cut bar to the gingiva. So here my bar will exactly get cut as per the design I want, and then I can just simply make or mill that area precisely, or maybe a printing. So printing can be done as well. So here you can see, if I just try to hide it. So here the shape of the bar has been exactly as the gingiva, and then if at all required, you can smooth whichever area you want, but definitely this area you can just try to make smooth wherever you want, however you want. So it can be made as per your customization. So once this is done, of course, I have not shown you many of the attachments, but definitely you can use the attachments whatever you want, and then you can just do it simply. Then definitely assembly for these bars, where it will allow you, where the system will create the holes automatically wherever the bar have been placed. It will create the holes. And then if at all we required, we can increase the diameter of the hole. So many of the times, if you feel like this bar is too much of down and you want to have a bit of a bigger hole than the actual one, or than whatever system has suggested, you anyways can make it simply. So right now it is like 53, 54%. It is gradually increasing. I can see it on the left side bottom on my software, where you also can see at your end, and you can just simply check what is the percentage it is going on. So till then, I can see if there are any questions have already been asked. Of course, along with me, there's a global trainer, Christopher, is also with me into the same session, who is answering the questions. So anyways, over here, thank you, Chris, for that. But definitely help is appreciated. And now, here you can see if at all your system is allowed for angulated screw channel, then definitely you can just click over here and you can allow your system to give the angulations. But if it's not, you will not get this option. And once this is done, as I had shown it earlier, I can show it once again. If I'm showing you into the cross section here, if I want to increase this extra drill hole, I can just increase maybe by review. And this thing will get increased over here. So you can see the minor changes have happened. So this has got increased. So if I try to measure this, so here, normally we prefer to keep it as what it is exactly, but if you want to change it, you can always change it. And once this design is completed, I can simply go next. My bar design is completed. It is ready to go for maybe if you wish to print or whatever, you can just go ahead and do it. And once this design is done, I'll show you how to create your own bar designs as well. So now here, the final things, even here also, if you want to place some attachments, you can place those attachments and you can simply go ahead or maybe try to make your designs. Now it will act as one piece. So if you want to apply anything over here, you can do any changes or anything and maybe apply some wax or smoothing, anything can be done. Once this is done, you can simply go next. System will show you the final design, how your final design has come. Of course, what I have shown you, it might not be exact or perfect, but all I want you to understand the tools and how simply and how best the customized way you can fabricate your bar over here. So once this is done, I can just simply close this and I'll try to move to my control panel. All I'm going to do, the control panel, my close of the control panel. So this is not something related to the software, because if my control panel would have been not some problem, my dental system would have not like accessed, because when the control panel is open, you cannot access your dental systems. So again, I'll take you to the control panel and then I will take you to the bar section now, and it will tell you exactly how you can create your customized bars. So into the control panel sections, I will go to bars, into the bridge elements. Go here, I'll go bars. And now here, you can see, you can create your own bars. So how you can create your own bars? So you can just go to add. And once you can give your name, and here you can either based on these particular shapes or you can do your way. So customization also can be done. You can give your name, ABC, and then yes, you can just try to make your own settings over here. So here you can just make it. Simultaneously, you can see over here, everything is moving together because my symmetric design has been selected over here. So you can see symmetric shapes have been selected. So if I uncheck it, you can do this. And snap to grid is selected. That's why it is like exactly going onto this grid. But if you don't want this, you can just move it as per wherever you want. So I'll just switch and you can do. So here you can create by double click and you can create as many points you want. You can create however design you wish to. I'm not going to tell you how a design has to be, but I'm going to tell you how you can fabricate your own bar or with a customized bar. So here are some sort of these designs I have created, and then maybe the same one, if some sort of these designs I have created, and then the same one I can just go ahead, I can add to this not name, maybe I can give ABC, okay, and add current bar. So this bar would get added, and when I'm going to select the bar systems, so save, Yes, and same bar should appear when I'm designing this. So whenever I'm going to fill up a form for the bar design, I should be able to see this, you can say, bar designs. So once this is done, I will just close this control panel. Yes, I'm going to save it. And then I'm done from this complete bar design. So here, I'm into my final stage. So my bar is completed and I'm ready to move ahead. Let's check once if it's there. ABC. So you can see here, my name has appeared, so I can select the same system over here. So this is how simply you can create your own bars and do the needful. So from my end, form for this bar is done. But of course, you want to see the output of something, you always can right click onto that and you can always like explore cam, you can see the design of this and you are ready to go ahead and mill, print, whatever you have, you want to do it, you can just simply go ahead and design it. This bar is completely available right now into a STL format, which you can go ahead. But definitely, if you have some questions, you can ask, I guess, Christopher is also there. Christopher, would you like to add some words to this? You can like say over here to the audience if you want to. And definitely you already have, I can see you have already have answered some questions. But yes, if there are any more questions, you can ask right now or you can email it to us. I'm just done from mine actually. But yes, if you have any questions, please do ask us the questions. So I can see, so we can screw the bar directly to the abutment or we need to cement the bar to the abutment. Okay. So there's a question from Brisma in Rani that if we can screw the bar directly to the abutment or we still need to connect the bar abutment. So here, it is depends on what kit exactly you have selected and what bar profile you have selected, or kit you have selected. But normally, if it's one piece, it will come directly. If you have selected something on the tie base, you have to cement it outside first and then it will act as a one piece. Everything will be there that way. So it will be completely depend on what system you have chosen and you can do that. Now, again, someone has asked me, it means can we make our own shape of bar? Yes, yes, you can make your own shape of bars. That's what I've shown into a control panel just now, that yes, you can create your own bars and you can use those bars into your design. That's what I have created just now. Can we continue to design the bridge after this bar as one piece or two piece? So Lee Young, you have asked me, can we continue to design the bridge after this bar as one piece or two piece? So we have designed this bar as one piece because, two piece because I have some abutments which will have the interface like a titanium, which will go inside the implants and then it will, this bar will get fitted on top of those titanium interface. So this is something of two piece, which are kind of non-imaging, but to make the bridges or bars parallel, most of the times, most of the people do use multi-units. So multi-units is something where you can like use it for to make less of a friction and a passive fitting, because we don't need to have the active fit when we are making a bar. So this is how you can go ahead and design it. But of course, few people wants to design some superstructure on top of it, then definitely this bar can be used for the superstructure as well. So Claudio Marco has asking, is it possible that we can get this model uploaded somewhere so we can do some training, since this model Corona thing is going on and everything is shut down? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, of course, I can send you in person about this model and I can send you some attachments as well that I have created and you can use it. Definitely, I can upload this. I can send you this model because this model is like I can try to send you this model definitely. Yes. Yes, if there are any questions, can we design a bar on teeth? What do you mean by, Sudhir Bansal has asked me, can we design a bar on teeth? Do you mean What exactly you're asking? I'm not getting you, but maybe. Yes, definitely. If you have some pre-designed like dentures or something, how do we proceed with the secondary bar designing? So bar is already done. Yes, but that's a very good question. If you want to do this, all you can do is you can simply select the file, whatever is there. So here my file is done. I am going to do is copy and append CAD design. And maybe I want to do anything on top of this. Let's say, suppose for example, if I want to make the secondary structure on top of this, I have just copy and append the design. And when I'm saying copy and append, that means my this design would be merged with the model. All I'm going to clear all and just maybe some removables just for the experiment. So I've selected here as removable. Okay. No. And my new order is created. And to check in 3D preview, now my this model and attachment are now one piece. It is completely one piece. And on top of this, I can use this model to for my secondary structure. So here on top of this, so let's assume there might be some attachment, might be a slide attachments. So here, if the slide attachments are present and if I have the female connectors of that sort, I can, system will automatically detect, of course, provided I should be able to choose the particular female connector exactly, female connector exactly, which will go exactly placed over there. And this is how I can just start with the secondary structure. Of course, I'm not going to tell you right now how to go ahead and design the secondary structure, but this is how you can simply go ahead with it. So one question is, can we superimpose trial denture over the design bar? Yes. So here when we are filling up a form, so let's assume you have some dentures scanned. So all you have to do is, let's assume I have selected here some bars like this, and then I can just simply select here of either pre-preparation or double preparation. So I'll select here, and when you are going to scan it, system will ask you to put that denture. So whenever I'm going to go ahead and do it, I guess I have not set it as bar, but into scan divisions, you can see system will ask you to scan that second, maybe your denture or whatever, and while scanning, you can just simply and do it. So here you can see over here, it system is asking you after scanning these things, you can simply do it, and it will take you to that level. Yes, so it is very much possible. So, or yes, as Christopher has suggested, that you can add it during the additional scan as well. So additional scan, if you have already scanned things, you can add it as those things. So can we design a bar on teeth? How do we proceed with the secondary bar designing? As I just shown you just now, that how can you go ahead? Bar and clip on, yes, that is also possible. Govardhan Rao has asked, do we need to have the separate day software to make this? You need to have the rental system software to make this, Mr. Govardhan Rao. You need to have the rental system, complete restorative, or you need to have a bar module. Bar module should be activated in your software, or as I told in the beginning, that you can definitely use the CAD points to use all these things. And there's one more question. If we printed the model, how can have precise analog placements? So this is something related, as I'm understanding, you will be, Marik, that I understand this is something from you got it from the intraoral scanning division. So it will be completely depend on how you can import, how libraries you are having. And it will be the question, I would take it in the other way. How precisely whatever we have designed, how precisely it can be printed and you can put your analog inside the model. So if that's the question, then yes, we normally say if libraries and if all the your R&Ds, or maybe if you have the printer files imported in your software, then definitely it will be precisely. But of course, this has to be something which you need to try and test before, because there are multiple printers available into the market. So it will be completely depend on what printer exactly you are using and how your settings are doing. But yes, in the software, if you go to control panel, we have the different settings for those analogs as well. And you can just simply play with those settings and achieve the fit what exactly you want to achieve. So there's one tip from Danny, just a tip for the viewers. In my experience with bar design, you need to have a good picture of what your end product should look like. Going in between the design steps and editing elements tends to overwork and software and give you errors and freeze the program. Yes. So whenever you want to, as Danny has said, it is correct that if you have the correct picture, you can just go ahead and just achieve exactly what you want to achieve, and you will get exactly the things whatever you want to achieve. Yeah. Should we keep any space in between bar and gingiva? If this, then how much? If no, then how it would be? Okay, it will be again customized as per the user who is using it, what exactly you want to use, what exactly you want to achieve, you can do. So if you want to create some hygienic kind of thing, or it will be again, I would say what exactly the secondary structure you are going to fabricate, it will be completely depend on that. But if your secondary structure is also going to be away from the gingiva, only the bars are connected with the pillars, then you can keep it but as a self-hygienic. But if your bar is away from the gingiva, and if you want to like have your secondary structure will be closing the gingiva, then you are not creating any space for the hygiene, self-hygienic, then it will not make sense. So it will be depends on you. But if you, I would prefer to exactly merge it with the gingiva, in my personal opinion, nothing from any views, but in my personal opinion, I would keep it exactly touched to the gingiva, so you are getting a good fit. So I guess from the question and answer section, we have answered most of the questions. And here also, when can we select append design, and can we add pre-preparation additional scans and align? Yes, yes, Mr. Ashok Mitra, we can add, we can align the scans, because we have a 3-point alignment as well. So even if you have the previous scanned image and this, if at all it's not merged, you still can select the 3 points and align the scans with the pre-preparation. So it is very much possible. So I guess I have answered most of the questions. Christopher has even answered most of the questions. Thank you, Christopher, and thank you all the attendees who have attended this. And I believe this session was quite helpful for you all. And definitely you can try design some bars or something, and definitely we are there to help you. In case if you have any problems or any questions, you can write to us or to your resellers. Definitely resellers could be your first point of contact, and to get the correct answers. Definitely, if there are any questions, more questions, definitely I will get back to those questions in person. But thank you so much. Thank you, Christopher, for your time and your answers as well.